go follow Prime Podcast and all them things there,
Back to the Primetime Podcast. Today I'm joined with it's Women's Month, and today I'm joined with the one, the only, the smallest girl in Northwest London.
We're taking the piss.
I'm joking. The amazing. Didn't you introduce her?
No, you've given me such an amazing introduction. You might as well finish.
The one, the only, my favorite client. I can't even say that because I got clients that will beat me up. Adisha. Yeah, she, as you lot just heard, she's one of my clients. Met you. It's been almost a year, innit?
No, not just yet. In August.
Yeah, August is
July, August will make a year.
Yeah, because we done it before September. I remember.
Yeah.
Very smart, woke young lady, innit?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So literally, what I wanted to do for Women's Month, I wanted to interview three, because normally I do a podcast episode every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 episodes this month and do 3 different women from different sides of walk of life, innit? So, but first of all, do you want to tell people at home about yourself, or?
I'm 18. Okay. I'm currently in college, my final year of college, studying business, uni in September to study events management. That's what I want to get into. That's my passion: event planning and event decorating, events management, the whole
shenanigan.
Yeah, that's a bit me.
Yeah. Now, do you know what it is? I'm actually proud of you. Not to even big you up because you're on the podcast. I always thought you were 19. I know your birthday recently gone, December.
August.
August. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
I was 18.
Because we were training just before your birthday.
Yeah.
And sorry, my memory shit. And I remembered, what's it called? So in my head, I'm always thinking you're 19, you're doing stuff and all
I'm
of
very
that.
mature for my age.
And you're always trying to get the one up, trying to level up. And I just remembered, like, oh shit. And as you told me your age just now, I was like, oh shit, you're 18. You got time.
I know.
Time.
And that's why I have to keep reminding myself I'm still young. But I feel like, I had this conversation with my mum. I feel like because she accomplished, not just her, but my grandma, they both accomplished a lot by my age. So I feel like I'm not where I should or want to be, kind of thing. But I do need to give myself a pat on the back for an 18-year-old. I have accomplished a lot.
100%, because like you just said, I think that's something that's subconsciously been embedded in me as well. Because when I speak to my mum, she's like, by 24 she had me. And she was doing so much. Like, she moved away from home and she was doing that. She was living with my dad, doing. And then, now I'm deep in it. This is part of the reason why I work hard. Yeah. Because it's like, before I have kids, the kids conversation, I want to at least get en route to having
certain things have to be in place.
So, no, 100%. I was going to say to you, how are you finding, first of all, what's your thought on the whole coronavirus? I've got to ask everyone.
I'm ready for things to get back to normal. I know it'll never be like how it was before, but this has affected me tremendously. Educational wise, I've been affected by corona a lot, because my lessons have gone from being face to face to now being online. My exams have been cancelled, and this is a really crucial year for me, especially starting uni come September. So Corona's just come and just messed up everything for me.
Before we touch into the whole uni conversation and that, what's your whole general thoughts on Corona itself? Do you think it's real, or do you think it's man-made? Do you think they're trying to kill off the people? Or you're a conspiracy theorist? Or you're just saying...
A little bit, yeah. I'm not going to lie. From some of the things I've heard, whether it's true or not, and... I don't know, me personally, I do feel like there's something out there. I just don't think it's as bad as they're portraying it to be. I know it is serious, and there's a lot of people that have lost their lives, and God rest their souls. But I don't think it's as bad as how the media and the government's portraying it to be kind of thing, when you have places like New Zealand and Australia that went through the same things that we went through that are kind of gone back to normal. They had a concert with like 30,000 people. Yeah. Do you understand? I don't feel like it's as bad as...
Do you know what it is? I feel like it's bad, but I feel like, because every week, like, one thing I always say is subject to change, innit? I may hear a new piece of information from you, someone else I interview, or even online, and that may change my general aspect of it, innit? Because even with the whole corona thing right now, I still don't know where I stand in it. I've got a general idea of it, but I don't know where I stand. Even down to, have you seen the whole, we'll talk about it, the interview with Oprah?
I haven't watched the whole thing, but I've seen like snippets of it.
And this is it. And that's part reason why I haven't rushed to it. Like, there's a girl on my Snap that messaged me, like, we have intelligent conversation.
Yeah, because we haven't had, that's something we would have had a conversation about, but we haven't. Yeah.
So she turned around to me and she's like, have you seen the interview? I was like, nah. Like, with me, I always react 72 hours later, innit? Because I don't want to post something out the spur of my moment and say, okay, look, conspiracy theories.
Because a lot of things have now come to light, because I was listening to the news and they were saying how more parts of the documentary have come to light because it was so long. They only played certain parts of it. Now there's more that's come to light.
I'm not sure what TV station that it originally got showed on.
ITV.
No, before ITV, but there was only like it was like Saturn, I think 2 hour part. Then ITV released, I think either 2.5 hour or 3 hours, which is longer. And then World Star Premier, Mr. World Star Premier, his one was the longest one, innit? Like their one was long, innit? Unedited and that, but there was still bits that you could tell that was
chops and stuff like that.
Yeah, so even with that, I haven't even had an opportunity to jump and see that. I think with the whole, back to the coronavirus conversation, I feel like everyone wants to get everything back to normal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
But
no one wants to be how we are right now.
This is it. And I was even seeing like one guy that works in an airport. I was watching the news, and then the guy was like, yo, we need things to open up, like, for the economy wise. Yeah, of course. We cannot do this. And I'm thinking, bro, but there's a pandemic. And then he was like, we need this open. And then it comes down to the argument, like, okay, do you want to open things up? And you got to kind of abide by the guidelines. And then I'm hearing summer is going to be mad. The reason, forget about man going party, that shit, throw it, all of that. We'll come back to that. But flights, I'm hearing they're saying, yo, the taxes on flights is going to be so cheap, it's going to be more expensive to get a flight from UK to another part of the UK. Like, you know, people may get from Newcastle to Luton or something like that. So to Heathrow or whatever. Those flights are going to be, technically, their taxes on that flight is going to be more expensive. More expensive than overseas, like to Spain, all of that. And I'm hearing, I think Spain and Greece should be opening up soon. So
I got a refund on my ticket to Spain. I was supposed to go Spain April, but I don't know, with traveling right now, I just didn't feel safe. Like I'm not in a hurry to go on holiday right now, I'll be real.
I've got a holiday coming in June, innit? For Rolling Loud, innit? And I really want to go because it'll be my first holiday abroad without my parents. 2, it'll be fresh air, fresh breeze and that from the whole London and the whole this and that scene. But I feel like, obviously this is back to the hard working part, I feel like once I achieve certain goals and go on that holiday, it's gonna be lit. Lit. I'm talking about
gangcations and stuff like that.
Oh, stop it. I know I'm here. Put them away. Put the tits away. Stop, man. Shit.
I actually hate you. I can't stand you.
I'm telling you, it's going to be lit. Like, fully lit. But let's get through the whole women's bump thing and that. What does it mean to you, What does it mean to you to be a woman?
Now, I asked my mum this question, and we was having this conversation, because I was like, Mum, what am I going to say? And she was like, well, what makes her a woman is being born, she was like, being born with a breast and a vagina. Not discrediting those that go that option, but being born with it. There's certain things that we can do that you can't do, like pushing out babies, having your periods and stuff like that. Certain things like that is what makes a woman a woman.
Okay.
I feel like that's what makes me a woman, to be able to give life to another human one day.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I hear that. I agree with it, but all of this is subjective. Subjective, yeah. So that's what you think.
Yeah, that's just me personally. Everyone might have their own opinions too. That's just what the conversation me and my mum had. That's how we felt about it.
100%. Because I'm definitely gonna ask every girl that I interview. But what I wanted to say to you, okay, next question. What does it? What does it mean to be a black woman to you?
Wow. You got to work 10 times harder than Becky sitting next to me, kind of thing. Do you understand? No disrespect to Becky, but we've had this conversation. Black women are at the bottom of the barrel. Do you understand?
100.
I've got to work against Becky. I got to work against Harry, and I got to work against George. Do you understand? I've got 3 different things against me. Do you understand? White women, white men, and white people in general. Do you understand? I have to fight to get to the top.
100%. I think I would take out the white people and just put other ethnicity.
Why'd you say that?
Because if you look at it, this is why we've had this conversation already, isn't it? I think 100% as a black woman, because when I just asked you what does it mean to be a woman, I just had a little flashback in my head of something I said before and conversations I've seen online and it's being a black woman is working 10 times harder. Being emotionally supportive to someone that is damaged, meaning a black male that's been damaged, abused, that's been torn
not
up.
just a black male, just males in general.
Forget
not just males, but
partner,
people, exactly, partner in general.
Partner in general that has been hurt from society. But I feel like a black woman is the ultimate support mechanism for someone. But to even take it to a step deeper, it's being placed at the bottom of the barrel, in it. And I know people at home that's probably gonna watch this and be like, they may be black or they may be from other cultures and be like, you lot always shouting Black Lives Matter, or you lot all saying that you lot get picked on and bullied 24/7. But it's not that, because what people have to understand is in life, if you like it or not, there's a hierarchy system.
Of course, 100%.
It's white male,
100%.
Then it's called white women. Then it's
the black man.
No, pause. Let's add other cultures and other ethnicities,
the Asians and stuff like that.
Indians, everything. And then when you start putting that down, it starts to work out. Like, then it's like a black man may come, depending on the job title, depending on the role, depending on what it is, he may place differently. And then it's a black woman at the bottom of the barrel. And it's like, I forgot who said this, I think it's Malcolm X, and it was like, black women are the most damaged species ever, or damaged people ever. And I fully believe it, because
we carry a lot on our backs.
Exactly. And
we carry a lot of things, some stuff that we don't even share. 100%. Do you understand?
So I looked at it like being a black woman is the ultimate support mechanism ever, because it's like, if I'm playing Call of Duty, I'm just a game reference, you got a med kit, stim shot or whatever to get yourself back to full health. But if you have a black woman in your corner, no matter what it is in life, if it's business, this, that, I feel like a black woman will support you and drive you so much. Because when I sit back and I think about my life in crime or everything that I've done, I've had black women like down for me, like down, like even like, although me and this girl don't talk, she was like my best friend, but she supported me so much. It was crazy. It was like she was a sister. Like and till this day, it's no hard feelings between me and her, and it's just literally like, I used to ring her and be like, I'm going through this. She's like, don't worry, I got you, or this or that. No, don't worry, I got you. Even shout out to my editor Nana. She is there for me. Like, I'm random. You already know I'm random. I'll be posting random ideas in the group chat, like me and her conversation. So I'll be messaging her dumb amount of time at night, and I'm like, yo, I want to create a podcast webpage, but I want my webpage layout to be this, that. And I'll be throwing out ideas, and she'll be like, okay. wait till we get there and then when I was going through editing a podcast, you don't understand, no editing background. Listen, it was this girl's in Ghana and this girl's like, oh, Prime, just do this, just do that, okay, download this, you find this bit better. And I'm
she's
like,
actually keeping to her word by saying, yeah, I've got you.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's one of those things. So when she's in over here, I'm like, yo, I've got you. She's like, oh, nah, I'm like, bro, hold peace, I got you. Like, just hold
the
it.
least I could do.
It's the least I could do, innit? So this is what I'm trying to say. Even every female, even when I was doing wrong or right, they've always been black women in my background that's always backed me. So that's one thing I can't. As much as I see on social media and black girls are like, men are trash or this, that, or girls in general, I always say, like, it doesn't, back to what I say, I always say I live in fairy tale world, because I'm saying, you're not targeting me, you're targeting someone else. Like, I'm not the type you're talking about. When they say men are trash, they're talking about guys that are cheaters and XYZ. I'm not a cheater.
You've never cheated before? You pleading the fifth?
Oh my God.
Pleading the fifth? Because you can't say, oh yeah, I'm not a cheater. If you've ever cheated, even if it's once, you fall under that category. I'm sorry.
Okay,
once a cheater,
cool,
always
cool.
a cheater. I'm sorry.
Always a cheater?
Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I said what I said and I stand by it. I said what I said and I stand by it. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
So would you say once a criminal, always a criminal? Go on. Answer my question. Answer my question, big man.
It depends. It depends.
No, I'm talking about.
It depends, because some people have learned from the consequences that they receive, so they know they're not gonna do it again.
So it goes back to cheating.
But there's some people that cheat and they've received the consequences. They're like, cool, it is what it is. Let me see if I do it a second time, if I'm gonna get the same consequences.
Keyword, you said some people. Because I'm not gonna lie, to other girls, to me, I don't think I've not. Do you know what it is? I've meanly done things when I was younger, as in, like, I'm talking to you and I know you're head over heels over me, but I've gone to talk to Sally. And I know it's wrong, but technically we're not in a relationship, so I'm not technically cheating.
Give me that nonsense about we're not in a relationship.
But I know I'm in the wrong, innit? But I think people can overlearn old habits or erase old habits, because when I deep it, I'm like, cheating right now, it's long. Like, and I was having this conversation with a mate of mine. When you start being honest to girls, things just work out easy.
Thank you.
When
conversation done. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's go home.
Thank you for tuning into my TED Talk. Thank you. Because do you know what it is? When you tell girls, listen, I'm not looking for a relationship, I may be looking for a one night stand, they'll be like, okay. Some girls are with it. I respect
a man that does that than a man that makes me catch feelings and waste my time. I'll be honest. If you just want to fuck buddy, be upfront and be like, bro, do you know what? I just want to fuck buddy.
100%. And that's one thing is, you may go wrong with 6-7 girls that was like, nah, they're not on it. But the 3 or 4 girls, they'll be like, yeah, they're down on it. And then you never know what people come across. But I hate people that hide their agendas, innit? That's why, do you know what I hate? When people shout you, yo, bro, how are you? You good? How's the family? But what do you want? Do you want money or not? Like, it's like, what do you want? What do you want? I know you want a favor. Just get to the. Yeah. That's why I always say to people, yo, just be upfront with me. I don't care what it is. I've got people that ring me randomly and say, yo, bro, have you got this pattern? I'm like, oh no, I don't have this pattern. Or yeah, I do. Send it and I'll bust you. Or if I can't pattern it, I'll be like, oh, bro, right now you're asking for too much. I can't. Sorry.
Next time.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, 100%. Back to our women's mom. Sorry, we just keep drifting. How was it growing up as a young female?
This is gonna sound really bad, but do you know what? I don't ever remember my mum saying, yeah, I'm beautiful and stuff like that. Like, embracing my darkness and stuff like that. I don't ever, not saying that she didn't do it, but I don't ever remember her doing it like on a daily basis. Don't mean my mum's a bad mum or anything like that, not at all. But me personally, I don't remember like my parents or even like my siblings telling me like I'm beautiful and stuff like that. That's just my experience.
Do you feel like you needed that? Or it would have been helpful?
At a certain age, I did. at a certain age, I didn't know that black was beautiful. Okay. I didn't know that I was a queen. Do you understand? I didn't know that my darkness was powerful. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Had I had certain conversations, had my parents had certain conversations with me, I don't feel like I would have done certain things, if that makes sense.
100%. Do you feel like you done things to fit in with society that if you knew about your black is beautiful, your melanin and all of that, you would have not done certain things?
100%.
Nah,
100%.
I agree but do you know what it is? I feel like everyone adapts things differently. Does that make sense? Innit? So my mum, growing up now, I feel like my mum's starting to learn about feelings and this now, innit?
Mine's too. My mum too.
Like, I've only hugged my mum twice in my life that I remember. One, when I was on a jail visit. Two, when I was in year 5 and I was going to Jamaica. And she just hugged me. Like, people don't understand. This is why when girls say to me, show me love, or you're cold-hearted.
That picture that I showed you? I don't think you remember, but I sent you a picture and it was like all the things young black men are thrown at, like different words and stuff like that, and it breaks you lot down. That's why you lot, when you lot get older, you are the way you are. 100%.
And even a deeper conversation, a lot of mothers are the reason why a lot of black men are toxic narcissists, or a lot of young men are toxic narcissists. Not to always invoke the color thing, but 100%, because it's like, with obviously my mom didn't make me grow up in a toxic lifestyle, but growing up
by default.
But growing up, it was like, this is why I'm against cheating, innit? Because when you're from a household and you see cheating is acceptable from the male side, I'm talking about like my older cousins and all of that, were like, yo bro, I got bad girl, I got this, that. It was a wave where it was like, I was kind of taught growing up in the hood, it's okay to have a main squeeze and a bag of hoes. Like, at the
end of the day, as long as you know who you're coming home to at night,
bro, exactly. But if I knew, yo, cut all of that out, and I think that's girls wise, like relationship wise, I think that's one of my biggest regret, that I didn't find a girl properly when I was younger and say, yo, you're my childhood sweetheart, and go through that whole love situation. Because where I am right now, I feel like I don't know love, as in like, but that's all deep to me, not learning how to be vulnerable and XYZ. But I do believe what you're saying, as in like, my mom never, I feel like I was bantering with my mom the other day and I was like, mom, you never tell me I'm a handsome young man. Someone messaged me and told me I'm a handsome young man, and my mom was just like, I didn't need to tell you that. Like, I knew you
should have known.
I knew that 24 years ago when I saw you. And I'm like, oh, look at you. That's probably the nicest thing my mom ever said to me. And I'm like, oh, look at you. But it's like, as a female, I do hear what you're saying. It would be nice to hear that, innit? Because right now, you probably go through puberty, everything, and it's just like, when you're growing up in secondary school, it would be nice. Yeah. Because one thing with me, I'm very observant. So when I'm seeing a lot of females and that in school, it's like, you lot don't feel comfortable in your skin.
We don't.
Putting on hella makeup or doing this and that. And then years later, when you look back, you're just like, why did I do that? Because there's a lot of girls I see now and they're like, listen, I was trying to fit in.
Yeah, 100%. Like, this is gonna sound so stupid and so silly, but this is what I experienced. Like, a lot of my friends are lighter than me. I'm like, I feel I am the darkest in my circle. Now, it's like I said, it's gonna sound silly, but growing up, like, we used to talk about, yeah, I'm gonna get this tattoo, I'm gonna get this tattoo, and stuff like that. And I'll never forget, I had a conversation with one of my teachers, and he was like, there's no point in a person like you, Adisha, getting a tattoo when you won't even be able to see it. And I was like, right, that's right. Like, there's no point. And that stuck with me for a very long time.
But do you know what it is? And I want to have this conversation with you as well. I see a lot of that happen nowadays, and people subconsciously do it, and it still has a daunting effect on people. Like, I was walking home. 2 days ago, today's Thursday. 2 days ago, I was basically locked out because I left my key at home. My mum was sleeping at home, and I'm just there. I ordered food, chilling. As I'm eating my burger and that, outside my house.
Wait, hold on, Prime made a burger?
Yeah, vegan burger. Yeah.
It's not a burger, man.
Yeah, the literally vegan burger. I was eating my vegan burger, and then I looked to my left, and I see 2 schoolgirls walking home, and then they were like, "Oh." One girl, I was so astonished, and one of the girls turned around to the black girl. It was 3 girls, 2 twins, and 1 black girl. They turned around to one girl, turned around to the black girl, and was like, "Oh, shut the fuck up, bitch."
Oh,
but no, but wait, pause. The girl's not in the wrong, but that's how they're comfortable in their situation.
True.
So, like, you know how girl goes, "Oh, that's my bitch, that's my slut," all of that, and it's like. They kind of got that.
Yeah.
It's that normal thing, but you don't understand. Like, even in secondary school, bro, my secondary school, we bantered teachers. Like, I still remember making a teacher cry, and until this day, I don't know how I fully made her cry. I just knew I was intimidating. But we bantered, we bantered one of my boys, like, "Yo, you're dark skin, you're Blake." Like, we were even bantered one guy was like, "Yo, if you close your eyes and close your mouth like that, no one can see you at the end of the night." Like, we bantered hard,
but stuff like that was jokes.
But you don't
back in the day, like, going to school, those were jokes. But now,
but you don't understand how
the effect that it actually has.
Because like, cool, my teeth were naturally stained from birth because of some water I drank and all of that in Jamaica, and obviously the water not being chlorine balanced. I forgot that correct name. I got bantered because of my teeth in school. And I'll never forget, someone's like, "Yo, it's like bird shitted on your teeth." Bro, do you know how it
kids are mean, you know?
Bro,
kids are actually mean.
I'm talking about, our banters in school was ruthless. It was survival of the fittest. And you think I could cry in front of anyone?
No way.
Bro, and imagine I was dyslexic as well, innit? So imagine in school being dyslexic and that. And that's why on Snap, I can't multitask. As in,
I saw you put that up. I was like, what the hell?
Because if you read my last snap, I made a spelling mistake, and I was like, I'm not taking it off. Because what will happen is, if I'm talking to you and I'm uploading a snap, I have to go back and read the snap properly. Or because I could put and or something else, and it'll mix up the word. But if I read the sentence back quickly, it's like, it makes sense.
It makes sense to you,
but if you go back, it doesn't make sense. So, bantering in school? Listen. You gotta have a thick skin.
It's true. If you don't have a thick skin, you couldn't survive. You could not survive.
100%. How was college as well for you?
My first year in college, it was all right. It wasn't what I expected.
Did you think it was like American, like, we got lockers, hey girl, and all that?
Yeah. And I went to Richmond upon Thames, and it was a decent school. It was a really good school, but it was just hella black kids, and it was intimidating. It was really intimidating. And if you've been to Richmond and you know how the canteen's set up, it's like this level, and it's like the stage it's not really a stage, but it's a higher level than the rest of the canteen. And all you're seeing is black kids in the queues. Obviously, the boys are pushing in and stuff like that. You think little Rebecca is going to say something to Big Michael because he's pushed into the line and stuff like that. You get used to it. Do you understand? 100%. That was like my first experience of college. Where I'm at now, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it. I think because of what I experienced, especially like teaching wise, and like how my work was marked and stuff like that, and how it is now, I don't like it.
What do you mean?
Like, I actually used to get feedback from my work and be like, all right, in order to get a distinction in this work, you need to include X, Y, and Z. Now it's like I have to beg my teachers to. But
see, and that's the difficult thing with college in that, because you don't get that one-on-one support that proper. Obviously, certain colleges do, and certain places do, because my little brother's going into he wants to go to college, innit? But my mum wants him to do apprenticeship, and what I'm trying to show him is like,
why are parents like that? My mum wanted me to do an apprenticeship.
Do you know what it is? My mum wanted my little brother to have easy life skills that he could go, because my little brother, he's smart, but he doesn't want to go into mainstream. He don't want to do A levels, and he wants to just go college. And my mom knows how college is, because I'm not gonna lie, I was just turning up to college to attend college for the sake of attending college. So my mom's like, at least if you go on an apprenticeship, you've got targets to hit and certain things, and
there's a routine and stuff like that.
You kind of got a routine, and in a way, let's say if you fall out of an apprenticeship, you still got the skills that you could go, okay, cool, I know how to plaster or whatever the apprenticeship's in, go for it. So she low-key wants him to start apprenticeship.
But I feel like at an
But he
age,
wants to do it as well. That's the thing.
Okay, but that's different because I feel like at a certain age, you need to stop living for your family and
100%
your
because-
parents and stuff like that.
100%, because I feel like I think I only really went to college because to get my mom off my back. Mom, if you ever listen to this, sorry. What's it called? Like, I literally go in to get my mom off my back. I looked at it like, yo, it's a requirement to stay under her roof. So I was
Like my mom said to me, if you don't plan on finishing education, you ain't staying in this house, and it definitely ain't for free either. So I had no choice but to finish my education.
This is it. That's crazy. How was COVID? If obviously you are doing work online now, and you, like you said, in this year of college, you have to beg for a feedback and that.
Exactly.
How has COVID affected that even more? Or?
I feel like with the way how everything's going on now, there's so much technical issues before you actually get the lesson started. And there's times where the teacher, you won't even have an actual lesson. The teacher will be like, oh yeah, just carry on the work from last lesson.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the hell?
It's demotivating.
You're not getting paid. Yeah, exactly. I won't lie, I was very demotivated this time round. Like I just couldn't be asked for it. I honestly could not be asked for it.
Yeah. And I feel like there needs to be something in place that can help kids that to help kids. But do you know what it is? There's always things out there, but it's not obvious for us. Does that make sense? And so I was having this conversation with one of my boy, and he was like, yo, Top Boy was filming in his area recently, and he just walked, like, he was just like, yo, why don't they just make it more authentic, get actual mandem from block on Top Boy? And I was like, bro, there's job roles out there to be extras in that, but mandem just don't know about it. Mandem ain't applying. So there's helps out there for us, but it's just like, yo, we've got to be, this is what I'm saying, filter out your Instagram. Like with my Instagram, I'm just all these other blog pages and that I don't follow. I think the only one I actually follow is Worms or whatever it is. My man's from Birmingham, and I hardly see him on my timeline because I've got, if it's not motivational video, it's stocks. If it's not stocks, it's this, that, and then
fitness and stuff like that.
Exactly. So I've filtered out my thing, but I feel like there need to be a community, or even like I don't know if there is like a study thing where young people just could connect.
I've tried the whole study group with like people in my class, but it's not the same. Like I've been asking my teacher to mark my work since January.
Damn.
Do you understand? And this work needed, the final submission was at the end of February.
Damn.
Exactly.
Oh, I want to say, what's it called? Big you up, my Chargy, my dog. She got 3 or is it 4 so far?
In what?
College.
Oh no, I got accepted to all 4 unis.
I might look a young tug, you know.
Yeah.
Nah.
I got accepted to all 4 that I applied for.
Nah.
So I accepted Greenwich because the course there, the event management course there, is out of this world. In London anyway, like obviously that, like, it's better in other places, but with everything that's going on now, I'd just rather stay at home. And then I accepted West London just because it was closer to home. But yeah, I got accepted to all 4.
What made you want to do the whole event planning route and all of that?
I was 14. Like, this was like my first proper job. Like, I was 14 and a family friend was like, oh yeah, can you come help out, just putting the covers on the chair and tying some bows. I was like, all right, cool. Like,
it's light
work. She was paying me. I was like, cool, say nothing. Did it. And seeing the process from start to finish, I was taken back. I was like, rah, like, this is amazing, because guests only see the
end product.
The end product. You don't see the time and effort that goes into the event, the final product. So I feel like from then I've just wanted to, and then I kind of showed that I had the ability to do it for myself, and she kind of let me do events by myself, doing flower walls and stuff like that. And
no, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's something key about you, because when we spoke, you were just so passionate about it, and you were like, "Oh, lockdown hindered you and this, that," and
yeah,
then
because I had so much plans.
and
before
even
Corona.
look at, like, even when I called you the other day, I was like, "Oh, do you want to come on the pod?" And you were like, "Oh, yeah," and you were like, "Oh, yeah, blowing up balloons, you're doing stuff." But do you know what it is? I feel like coronavirus hindered so many people, but so many people started to adapt. So I've, God forbid it happens, but if coronavirus lasted one more year, I still feel like you would have continued to
Because
adapt.
I found a new niche whilst being at home. Obviously, my specialty was flower walls. That's what I specialize in. Give me flowers and a board, I'll create something out of this world. Now I've learned how to use balloons. I had to learn how to do that because I wasn't experienced in it. I'm still learning. Like, I've just made a couple balloon garlands and stuff like that. Just started posting it, but that's not where my passion is. But I've had to adapt to what's going on now and make the most of it.
No, 100%. Literally, as I said, I'm genuinely proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, for real. I've got a couple more questions. How's dating at your age?
An absolute myth.
What do you mean?
I'll be real with you.
Speak closely to the mic, please.
I think I've only dated like one person my age, and it weren't for me.
What makes you say that? Because I'm always intrigued, because I always hear girls saying, "Oh, this whole dating thing, I don't like guys my age, X, Y, Z."
No, like, guys my age are immature.
Okay.
Guys my age are immature. I can't hold a conversation with guys my age on that level kind of thing. And I feel like because I've gone through certain things, I've had to mature before my time. I can relate to older people than I can people my age. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it's both, depending on what standpoint you're looking at. So one thing with me, I always say to people that you could always see a negative and positive in every situation, but at the same time, depending who's looking into your situation, innit? Because at the end of the day, Jesus still got haters. Not haters,
True.
but he's still got people that didn't dislike him, innit? So it just depends who's really looking at your life. You could be the most humblest person ever, nicest person ever, and then people will still dislike you.
It's very true. It is very, very true.
So here we go again. Yeah, it depends. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. What's the oldest guy you would date?
The oldest guy I would date.
You're 18 now, so would you do 10 years?
Yeah, I think that's the max.
28.
Yeah, because once you're pushing 30, I feel like once you've hit 30, you should have certain things accomplished. And if you don't have those things accomplished by 30, there's something wrong. And I will tell you straight, there's something wrong.
So cool. And
I can't be with someone that hasn't.
Okay. So by 30, you think they should have at least met someone and have.
Yeah, what are you doing looking at a 18-year-old kind of thing? Even though age ain't nothing but a number, like my dad.
Prison ain't nothing in a box. Fuck off, man.
But you know what? Like, the gap between my parents, I think it's like 24 years. My dad's 65 and my mum's 43.
I know Mumsy's gonna watch, but Mumsy, I ain't judging.
I ain't told her about this.
Oh.
Because there's certain things that's coming out to light today that she don't know about. Mumsy ain't watching this. She don't know about this.
Mad. 24 years.
Yeah, my mum had me at 24.
No.
Oh, the gap between them. Yeah, I think it's like 24, 25 years. Yeah. Yep. It's actually crazy. Like, it's actually crazy.
I'm bantering in my head. In my head, I'm just thinking, Pops is the smoothest talker ever. Pops could smooth talk a girl out of knickers. I shouldn't be saying that.
No, but it's true. Like, one of my siblings and my mum, I think they're roughly around the same age. That's not right. That's not right. Like, as much as I'm laughing now, that's not right. That's not right. It's not right. I'm being serious. I'm actually being honest. I'm being so honest.
You're 48 and you're chatting to a 24-year-old, and your son's 20, hypothetically. That's 40. That's basically like saying to your son, yo, let me get your girl back, or let me get that thing in your car.
Literally.
Damn.
Scary. Me personally, I don't think I could do that much of a age gap, but I feel like back in the day it was
acceptable.
I don't feel like I could bring a granddad home and be like, Mom, yeah, this is my man.
Are you mad? Your mom will bottle you.
Listen.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like our generation, every generation now, is growing up a little bit too fast. Like a lot of kids don't. I see a lot of kids with like up-to-date products, iPhones, all of that stuff, but they don't like forget having the product because the price of living goes up. A lot of
girls, sorry to cut you, but I feel like a lot of girls that I've seen, especially like these high school girls, are force-raped.
Force what?
Force-raped. Like they're doing things,
ripe like fruit. You're force-raped.
Yeah, like they're doing things before their time kind of thing. They're acting
100%. But do you know what it is? I always say we had the same in it. We had girls doing certain things. We had girls in our school that was
that were just born.
No, that was just way ahead of the league. We had girls in our school that we were looking at. Like I knew guys that in year 11 that was dating year 7-year-olds. No, not 7-year-olds. Year 7s. And then we were just looking at it like, yo, you're brazy.
That's mad. That's a bit mad.
We knew girls in year 9 that was dealing with college people, and we're like, yo, that's brazy. But look at what you're saying. You're saying that's brazy, but you date a guy 10 years older than you. But this is what I'm trying to say. Everything's just brazy.
It's true.
That's what I'm trying to say. My life ain't perfect. I'm on the goal bench just watching. How would I feel if my daughter says some of these things? It would have been crazy. But
no, I hear you, because when I told my mum about my partner, she was a bit like, ooh. But then again, she couldn't say nothing because of the age gap between her and my dad.
If you don't mind me asking,
don't do that. I'm joking. Yeah, carry on.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I can stop because you know where I'm about to go.
Yeah. I'm here to be open.
Are you sure, or we could just move on?
Listen, I have nothing to hide. Yeah, my man's older than me. He's been knowing how old I am. Like, it is what it is.
Now I'm not gonna ask you that question. What's it called? Oh shit. What would you tell a younger version of yourself?
Be patient. You still got a lot of time to be a kid still. Even now, I'm still telling myself like I still got time to be a kid and make mistakes to a certain extent. 100%,
because I still feel like I was in this conversation with someone recently, and they're like, "You're too hard on yourself," and I sit back and I'm like, I'm not working hard enough.
Exactly, and this is what I said to my mum. Like, I don't know if I told you about this conversation, but like, I was actually honest with my mum. I was like, Mum, like, I don't feel like I'm not worthy enough, but I just don't feel good enough, because I feel like the people around me, like my family wise, not even my friends, but like my family wise, by my age, they had accomplished a lot. By the time my mum was my age, she had moved from Trinidad to Grenada, then from Grenada to the UK. Yeah. I'm still living with my mum at the age of 18. But at the same time, my mum didn't have her mum growing up.
Yeah, so there's other catalysts that affected your mum in different ways that motivated your mum and pushed your mum. But do you know what it is? It comes to the standpoint where I look at certain things like, one, the older generation didn't have as much distraction as us, and two, I need to stop beating myself up and comparing myself to people. But it's not even that I'm comparing myself to people, I'm comparing myself to myself. And I look at it like, Prime, there's so much you could do to achieve the life you want. Like, I know each month a new pair of Jordans drop. There's some, as much as I don't like certain Jordans, I keep telling myself, yo, I could collect these and these will be better off in the future. It could add to my value. Fuck reselling right now, just hold them. And then I deep back and I said, from a financial standpoint, it wouldn't be smart to just randomly buy Jordans. And not that I don't have the money, I've got the money,
but it's not a necessity right now.
Thank you. I look at it like, yo, I could put my piece so much ways and it would benefit me. So I put my,
why not use that same money to invest in a small business?
This is it. And I'll shout a couple businesses at the end.
I mean, if there's anyone here that wants to invest in my business, I wouldn't be mad. But yeah, carry on.
Go plug yourself. What's it called? No, 100%. But I just look at it like people always say go broke, and don't get twisted, I've gone broke a couple times. I've bounced back. There's times that people have been around me like, yo bro, let me this, and I'm like, bro, this is my last £20 or last £50, last bill, last 2 bills. I said, yo, hold that. But they don't know. People don't know this. So I do hear that, but I'm always hard on myself because I look at like, if you think about it, we have the blueprint to everything. There's a sure way of getting rich. Stock is actually a sure way of getting rich.
I don't know about all of that. I'll be real.
Cool.
I see you post it, but I've never like
100%. But it's even.
it.
Do you know what it's even like? I look at your event business and I look at one of my brethren event business, innit? And I'm like, there's money to be made.
Yeah, there's serious money to be made in event
people
planning.
are running through bands in different things, and this is why when people say to me, I want to train prime, but the P's and this, that, I always say to them, look, that money you're about to spend to train, that money you're about to spend on fast food, you can spend on a PT. There's so many money, but I'm like, bro, money's getting dashed out in every way, shape, or form. I see PTs charging £150 a session, and people are flinging it at them. I see girls charge Fifi £90 a nail. Listen, people are dashing money at Fifi. I'm Fifi friend that's doing waxing. People are dashing money at. There's so much money to be made nowadays. I was so confused at the beginning of the pandemic when everyone's calling it a pandemic. People are still running through money.
Of course,
still running through money.
Of course.
Back to what we were saying. I look at it like, yo, there's blueprints out there for me to actually, like, there's times where I, like, perfect example, yesterday was my rest day and I just rest. I got my feet done and that. I will plug the girls' details in a second. And
toast for me.
It's
not. It's right. I got enough of it. I got enough of it. Don't try and look at my feet, Prime.
Why are you in your fluffy socks, man? What's it called? And I felt like a bum, but I had to relax. I'm like, bro, you work too hard. Relax on yourself. But at the same time, I said, bro, that's something that you could have been doing in that day. Even if it's an hour studying, that's an hour further than you could get.
It would have been, yeah.
But I still look at it like, yo, there's peace to be made. So many avenues and different things to.
No, it's true. I feel like why I'm so hard on myself is because I've set myself goals, and I've set myself with these goals. I said I need to do it within a time frame. Do you understand? Like, me and you had this conversation before the start of this year. We started this whole goal thing. One of my goals
don't tell them
was
secret. Don't tell them. I'm joking.
One of my goals was my savings, and I messaged my mom. I was like, "How much is in my savings?" And she told me. And I was like, raw, like, we're only 3 months in. And we're only 3 months in, and I'm more than halfway to my goal kind of thing. And 100%. I'm like, raw, but for me, it's like, I'm not at my goal yet, so it's still not good enough.
100%.
And my mom said that to me. She was like, you ain't reached your goal yet, but for someone my age, none of my friends could say, one, they have a savings account, or two, have the amount of money in their savings account that I do.
You do.
Not on a boasting thing or nothing like that. It's nothing like that. I'm very humble.
Go on,
and if it's
talk that spiciness.
It's one thing about my mum, when I had my first, like, on the books job, my first job was at Wix. As soon as I got my NI number, I started applying for jobs left, right and centre. And Wix was my first job. I think I was on like 5 something an hour. I was barely making 3 bills at the end of the month because I was only working weekends. I won't lie, when my mum first did it, I was so vexed with her. She made me split my paychecks in half. Half went into my savings, and the other half was for me to do whatever I had to do. Once that money was done, and I had to learn how to prioritize my stuff. Thanks to her, I've got a decent amount of money in my savings. Do you understand?
And this is what it comes down to, because it's like me and my boy had this conversation earlier on Snap. It's like financial literature. You could give someone 100 bags and that, and they could just fumble it. But if you understand money properly, you know, okay, with this 100 bags, it's easier said than done. You're gonna invest, do this, do that. Simple saving. A lot of people don't know, like, I could go cop every latest Jordans that dropped every week, but I know that when my every month I got my help to buy ISA. I got
I wish I did that.
I got there's other ways around it. We'll talk deeper on our own. Help to buy ISA. I've got another ISA account that I can't access the money. I just send it in every month and I can't withdraw or nothing. Help to buy, you still could take out the money if you want. I got that. And then I've got what's my other saving thing? I think it's Monzo or something else. No, I got a piggy bank at home. I got a Monzo as well, but I got a piggy bank at home that when I get P's from my clients, I split half of the money and put in the piggy bank.
That's good.
thinking about it now, I think I'm halfway to my saving target.
That's good.
Without
And
me
we're
actually
only
deep in
3
it.
months into the new year.
Yeah.
That's
Mad.
good.
That's actually crazy.
What I like about my savings account is when I was younger, my mum set up this savings account, so I can only put money in. I can't take it out. I would have to get my mum to transfer me, and that's what I like. The only time I've ever, like, obviously there's been times where I'm like, oh yeah, mum, can you transfer me like 50 or 100 and stuff like that, but I know when I have the money, I'm putting it back plus more kind of thing. That's what I've been installed with, and I'm grateful that my mum forced me to save, because when I went on holiday 2019,
Hot girl summer.
no, not even that, it was a family vacay. It was a family. I did get on bad, but it was a family vacay. Anywho, having that money, my own spending money at that age, was a good achievement for me. I felt independent. It was a sense of independency. I didn't have to ask my mum for nothing. Do you understand?
100%. I feel like, because even when I was shotting and all of that, I've always been, I'll never forget my first paycheck when I was shotting was a bill 50. I made a bill 50 profit, and these time people my age was earning a look of 3 bills or 5 bills a month, and I was like, yo, I made this in a week. Are you mad? Like, that's gas. So I went and I bought XYZ. I bought, and this was going from someone that had a brand new trainers once every year to once every year and a half. So I bought a trainers. Like I went on trainers crazy, and that, like H&M as well. That's one thing I always say to people that's getting introduced to money: level up slowly. I went from Blue Ink and Primark to H&M, and I went from H&M, Zara to Topshop and Pull and Bear. I went to all of them shops way before I stepped in Louis Vuitton and Prada and all of that. There's a lot of people that get money now and go LV and all of that, and blow
straight to Mr. Village and stuff like that.
Blow the bag. Although I'm all up for go broke, learn from your lesson and that, start from a set level. And I'll never forget it. I went holiday to Jamaica, and I feel like I went with 5 bills, but I always had like a 3 bill on. Like, I think I went with a good amount of money in it, but I knew I always had 3 bills on me, but I always used to hide another 2 bills in it. As much as I love family, I don't trust family.
Of course, 100%.
So
100%.
when my mom turned to me, I was like, oh yeah, she's going to get, if you're from Jamaica or any other country, you send a barrel back home.
Of course, yeah, like Caribbeans, they're
food,
notorious
clothes
for that.
And all of that. And oh lord, I've seen one post that goes, one Caribbean tradition I won't be taking with me is sending barrel back. Nobody got time to pack that step on it, and then it's all that. What's it called? So what I basically done was gave my mum peas, and when we got back here, I looked at it, I still had peas on me. I was like, raw, like, man, still got 2-3 bills, or I think I had like 80 or something. I think cab was 80 from the airport home, innit? I just gave my mum the dough, and to me, it felt like so good that, yo, I've got peas, I don't need help. And I'll never forget, I landed to end, got a patty. No, I ate a patty straight away, because, when you come from yard, sucked it in the microwave, jumped on the bus, went straight to college, and then I walked into college, everyone's like, bro, what? I'm like, yeah, man's back. What are you telling me? I was like, ah! But it felt so independent to know that, okay, cool, I've got my money and that. So that's little lessons I'm teaching my little brother, because I think the most his accounts had is like a couple bills or so. But right now he's got like 40 or 50 pounds, but he kept on going shop and getting like little £2 sweets and that, and I'm like, bro,
that's it. Them little £2, £3, £5 transactions pile up.
My mum badded him up. I was like, yo, like, what are you spending this money on? There's food in the house, you don't need that, innit?
There's food at home.
This is it. There's always rice at home.
There's always rice at home.
But it's cool. So what for his birthday? I was thinking what to get him. I was gonna get him a PS5, but I feel like one when they do is his birthday's coming up. He probably won't watch this before his birthday, so I'm gonna give him £200 and just tell him to money manage that. So even if he blows half of it, at least he's got another half to save and all of that. But yeah,
that's good.
No,
I feel like that's one thing we need to install in people around us. Like a lot of my friends don't have savings accounts. Like one of my friends, I was talking to her about it. She was like, oh yeah, I think I got £1 in my savings account. I'm like, what? Not even on a cockiness thing. I know, God forbid, if the borders was open, if anything happened and I needed to get a flight back home tonight, I can do that with no worries. Do you understand? Like, even for my mum's birthday, we was going on a holiday for her birthday. Do you know how good it felt to get 2 business tickets for me and my mum for her birthday off my own back? Like, I was like, Mum, nah, this is my treat to you. Do you understand? And I'm doing this at 18.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
See, that's big flex. That big flex that a lot of people don't know or a lot of people don't see in it. So even when I sit back and I look at certain things, like I wanted to get my mum a car this year, innit? And I still can, but I know if I do that, I'll go broke. But my mum's telling.
Is it worth it? That's
but this is it. And what my mum, she wants to sell her car anyway, so she's just waiting for me to pass my test. So
you should have hers.
No, so I could get my own car and then she could just rely on me for lifts. No, my mum. And what's it called? So what I'm going to do is, 50th is coming up.
Okay.
God willing, fingers crossed. I'm going to pay for, like you said, business ticket, all that for her to go to Jamaica for 2 weeks and buy her a new car. God willing, everything works out. But with my mom's one of those people that she wants to make sure everyone in the household's fine before herself. And so it's one of those one where it's like, hey. But what I was going to say to you, is there anything you want the opposite sex to know about females? Because a lot of females say men don't understand them. So what would you like?
We are the way we are for a reason, and you might see it as, oh yeah, she's just tripping and she's just in a mood and stuff like that, but we're like this for a reason. Do you understand? If you took 5 minutes out of your day to genuinely ask what's wrong with me instead of what's wrong, what's your problem, you would understand why I'm fretting and why I'm in a mood and why I've been like this. This is why I go back to the thing I said. This is why I don't deal with people my age, because nobody my age cares about what another girl's going through. Do you understand? That's how I personally feel and what I've experienced. Do you 100%. Understand?
But do you know what it is? I always say, I wouldn't feel right without asking this question. Do you feel like older guys prey on younger girls?
Yeah, they do. They do. And why I say this, and I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but the first person I was dealing with who was older than me,
before you say anything crazy, think about what you're about to say.
No, it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. Okay. I personally feel like he built up my confidence just to destroy it.
Just to manipulate you.
Yeah. Even like the first time we met, like we was dealing with each other for like 2-3 weeks, like FaceTiming on the phone. And the first time we linked up, we went hotel. And he had a bottle of Ray's with him. Now, at the time, I weren't thinking nothing of it. But now when I sit back and deep it, I'm like, yo, that's a bit mad still. Like, that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. That's actually mad. So yeah, I do feel like older men prey on younger females because younger females don't know any better. I
feel like younger females are more gullible.
We are
because
I was
because I feel like an older guy knows what to say to get a girl out of her knickers and all of that, and I feel like an older girl.
No, it's close to my side. It's right.
I feel like an older guy knows what to say and that because he's had experiences and.
Of course, and if a younger girl is getting attention from an older guy, sis is winning. Sis in her eyes, she's living her best life.
And you know, that's what used to confuse me growing up. And like one thing with me, I've never been a hater or not, and it's always wait your turn. Things will happen eventually. It's like, oh, he's driving.
That's the next thing he was driving.
Bro, but with me, I'm so humble and secure on my source. I said, yeah. I know what I bring to the table. You see, my thing a little different. His thing's spaghetti bolognese.
Not even
my thing is lobster.
Oh.
But not everyone feels lobster. Not everyone can handle the seafood. It's delicate. You gotta crack the and then
you gotta have a technique to it.
But what's it called? 100%. Yeah, crazy.
What is the youngest you would go for?
I'm 24, 20.
Okay.
20. 100. I can't see myself
19 turning 20 or has
20.
to be 20.
20. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Because you don't know nowadays. Because I see girls from America and I say, yo, you're a big woman. And they're like, they're 18. I'm like,
listen.
I'm like, how?
Listen,
How?
this is why
Show me the best
girls are
certificate.
forced right.
I'm like, how? Like, there's girls, yeah. One of my boys could vouch for me from London. If I show you her, I said this girl is not 8. Well, no, I can't even say 18 because she's not 18. She's 19. Before I get in trouble and people start looking at me like I'm mad, but like I added her because of her business, how business savvy she is.
Oh yeah, you showed me her before. Yeah. You showed me her before.
How, Sway? How?
She don't look 19 though.
How?
She don't look 19. She don't look.
How, Sway?
She don't look 19. That's a bit mad.
How, Sway?
Yeah, I remember you showing me this. Yeah, when she was
How, Sway?
when she was in a certain place. Yeah, I remember.
I ain't got all the answers. I don't know.
It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad.
So nah, but lowest I'll probably go is 20 because, and it has to be a mature 20. Every guy always says this, but I feel like when you start girls mature quicker than guys, but when you start dealing with certain girls and that, it like everyone's bad. Everyone's got a big boss. Everyone's got breasts. Everyone's got the cutest face. But after a while, all of that don't matter. It's like, what do you bring to the table, mindset wise, and that. Same thing for you girls. I know you lot probably go, okay, he's got a drip, he drives, and all of that. But when you got your own now, it's like, what else can you
offer me? Yeah, and this is why I said, like, I even put this in my notes. I feel like us females, we need to have certain things mandatory.
100%.
Do you understand?
100%.
Like, I've never seen my mum once depend on no man. She didn't even depend on her dad. She didn't depend on my dad. So I'm not about to depend on my child's father. Do you understand? What you do for our child is what you do for our child. Do you understand?
100%. Because even now with me, I feel like one of the most sexiest thing a girl could do is be independent and be about her. Because everyone nowadays, like I said, everyone's bad. Everyone's got big butt ass. Everyone's got a car. Everyone's got this, that. But be independent and be about yourself. That brings a lot down the table. Don't get twisted. All these other things do play into account. So if you're attractive, you could dress, you could do all of that. It's an added bonus, isn't it? I'm not writing that off. But once you're about yourself,
But that's not.
No. It's a plus, as in, like,
It's a plus, but
it's
to
not,
a certain extent, because your looks
only
can't
get you so
buy
far.
us a house. Do you understand? I can't go to the bank manager and be like, oh yeah,
Look how
here's my
pretty
man's
she is.
looks. Like,
Yeah.
look how handsome he is. Can you now give us a loan for a yard?
XYZ,
Do you
yeah.
understand? So there's certain things like that only get you so far.
100%. That's what I'm saying. Because we could say the same thing about if a guy ain't attractive, but his mindset and all of that is amazing.
I love
and
them ugly. There's something about ugly guys that
I'm not gonna lie. Like, don't get twisted. I always say to people always say, "What's my type?" I said, "Listen, I ain't got a type." There's a girl I used to chat to.
You don't have a type, but there's certain requirements she has to.
Forget certain requirement. With me, certain things to tick the box and added bonus. There's a girl that I used to talk to back in the day. She had braces. Oh my god. Oh. And I don't know, like, even certain things she had in place, I was like, you're just different. Cute face, braces, this, that. I said, oh my god. Ghanaian as well. Like, I was like, oof. I don't know. I just always connect with Ghanaian people. Ghanaian people. I think I was Ghanaian in my past life, but nowadays it's just like different things. Because I could hit a party and a girl be whining and moving her waistline differently, and I said, big man, you see that? Oh, hypnotizing. I could walk past a white girl and say, oh my god. Okay, Snow White. Okay.
Listen, Becky's got it, you know.
But this is what it is. I always look for beauty. I think beauty's in the eye of the beholder, innit? It's like whatever you find attractive. That's why I'll never ever write off someone. Like, that's why when people come to me and say, yo, bro, look at my girl, what do you think? I'm like, bro, that's your girl.
That's your girl, innit?
Whatever you
floats your boat kind of thing.
Not even in a disrespectful way. It's just like, Yeah.
Nah, it's true, because even like when my friends finally saw what my man looked like, even my mum, she was like, "Are you serious?" But it's not about his looks. Like, he's got a heart of gold kind of thing. I can look past this. That's why I said I love them ugly. Do you understand? I love them ugly. But so life goes sometimes.
Bro, I hear that. I hear that. It's...
I just feel like as a woman, and I can't speak for all women, but for me, I have to have certain things by a certain age. Do you understand? I have to have my education. Do you understand? I have to have a certain amount of money in my bank account.
100%.
Not just to buy stuff and stuff like that. Like,
comfortability and the financial
and
freedom.
like financial stuff. Do you understand? Like, one thing I was really big on this year was building up my credit.
100.
See, after my birthday, 4 days after my birthday, I went EE to sort out my contract. And I passed one of the credit checks, but I didn't pass the other credit checks. Listen, I did everything I could to pass the credit check. I got a message from them the other day saying, "Oh yeah, you're up for you're eligible for your upgrade now." I called them. I was like, "Oh yeah, like, what about this phone?" She was like, "Oh yeah, why don't you go?" I was gonna go for the 11. She was like, "You know you're eligible for the 12, right?" I said, "Is it?" Okay.
This one got the 12 mini. The 12 mini is so tiny. I got the normal 12.
I had a bigger phone before and it just wasn't for me, so I got a smaller one.
But 100%, and that's even one thing with credit I always say to people, because once you build your credit up, you'll get all of these offers, but just because the offer's gone up, don't always take the biggest offer. Because think about what you could afford to pay and what you could afford to do in it each month. Because when you look at certain points and that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I went through your same situation you went through. What fucked up my credit was when I went jail, I took out a PS4, but I paid off the PS4, but each year was the insurance renewed. And I don't know why I didn't cancel it, because I think the first year was free and the second year you had to think. I paid off the PS4 and everything, so when the second year come, I was already in jail. So you try to take out the money, but I've moved yard. So they've sent bills to my old yard and all of that. Cool. I've come home now and I'm like, oh shit, I want to get something from Littlewoods, innit? So I'm trying to buy something off my account. It's not going through. Thinking, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to pay, saying no. So I've rang them up. They're like, oh, we've been looking for you. Like, we've sold your debt to a debt agency.
Oh, snap.
So I phoned the debt agency and they were like, alright, cool. We'll only apply the first debt that you owe. So it's 120, not 250 or something like that. I was like, minor. So they were like, how do you want to pay it? So I was thinking, can I build my credit back by just paying £20 a week? They were like, not too sure, but till this day I think you were just chatting shit in it. But you just wanted to make sure they got their money.
That's the most important thing to them.
After 2 weeks I said, fuck it, why am I just paying the thing? I just dropped the bill and then paid off everything in it. But that fucked up my credit. And when I went PC World to get a laptop, I will never forget it, 2017, they were like, nah, credit failed. And I walked out and I told my mum I'll just buy it next month. My mum was just like, nah, she'll go and get it for me. It was my birthday, and then my mum got me the laptop in it, and she's like, you're still paying off? I was like, yeah, mine are. I paid it off and everything, but it was one of those situations where I sat back and I was like, I don't ever want to be in that predicament again. I know credit ain't the end of the world, but I don't ever want it. That's right, bro.
Credit is such a crazy thing, because my mum went to get a bed. It was one of these TV beds
that pops up.
And that's when like they were popping at the time. Told her she couldn't get it because of her credit, and that's what made her work as hard as she's working
100%.
now.
100%.
That's what made, like, when EE told me no, that's what pushed me to work as hard as I am now.
100%, because even my mum's always had A1 credit, because my mum, that's her fear, not being able to pay things back. So even I try to take out an iPhone 12 as well to build up my credit, because I'm so passionate about building up my credit. That's one reason why I got ISA in it, because the ISA is like, cool, by the end of the year your credit should go up in it. So I said, cool. My mum took it out. I said, yo, drop the money back, paid off everything. That's one thing with me. I'm so passionate about paying for stuff. I can't be in a worse predicament than I am. I don't want. That's why one thing I'm right now fearful to have kids, because I'm like, bro, if I have kids right now, like,
It's crazy.
Yeah, don't get twisted. There's some guys that when push comes to shove, they're like, yo, upgrade their grind, upgrade everything and all of that, and make ends
I know
meet,
if
but
I was to have a kid now, we would be okay. But it's not the life that I would want to
Thank you very much.
give my youth, especially what my mum's giving me, private education, tuition and stuff like that. That's the minimum my child's getting.
100.
Do you understand?
100.
I can barely do that now. Yeah, I'll be able to give my child the basic necessities. And I said this to my mum. I said this to my mum the other day, like, I really want a baby. Like, I don't know what came over me that day, but I really wanted a baby. But then I said to my mum, I'm good for me now. Do you understand?
Exactly.
A baby is just gonna mess that up.
100%. And I feel like everyone get this baby fever and XYZ, like, big man.
I came to my senses. Like, a youth right now for me is not it.
Bro, I look at everyone around me right now and they're having kids, and I'm like, bro, proud of you. Literally proud of you lot. But me,
It's not
pull out
right
game,
now.
fleeky. What? Get out of here. My swim was like, I can't swim in that.
I can't with you.
Before we wrap things up and go, would you like to shout out your business, please?
Celebrate in style LTD.
In the
one
video,
word.
something should pop up right
Like right here?
Yeah.
Like here.
You're welcome to my
Here.
YouTube stuff.
Like here.
Subscribe, and all that shenanigans. Something will pop up right there. There's a couple of shout outs I want to shout out. Shout out to Wade. Love the hat. He's got a new colorway hats. I'm not sure if he's got any more of these, or he might have them but with different color. Big up Wade each and every time. He's got some new snapbacks as well, new hoodies as well. The hoodies are absolutely amazing. But shout out to Heaps, Lightweight Tracky. You lot will see me in it in the next episode. I was just rushing today coming from Peru, so yeah. Who else I want to shout out? Let me try to find their name.
The girls that touch them bad boys, because boy,
Say that again.
the girl that did your feet.
Yeah, that's literally who I'm looking for. Her name is Carmz, CARMZ95. I'll put all of their details below, and I'll put their it should pop up here. Shout out to her, banging. She is absolutely a friendly, amazing girl. I'm not saying this because I've got anything done by them, but it's just literally, these are people that I feel that need to be shouted out, because obviously I've got a platform. Even if it's 10, 50, a million people that watch it, shout out to them. Like, they need to be, their businesses that needed to be shout out. That's one thing we needed to talk about, businesses and like shouting out business and all of that, that we were meant to talk about. I'm gonna have you back on.
I'm gonna be back.
All that good stuff. But shout out to her. She done my feet and my hand. I'll upload a video pattern. Anyone that's trying to diss my feet or hand, SYM. Wade, shut up about my hands look like chocolate fingers. And who was it?
The fact that she can even touch toes amazes me.
Kobe, shut up, saying I got crocodile toes. Was it Kobe? Someone said it. But yeah, she patterned me friendly, like, she came patterned, like, literally.
Did she come to you, or did you have to go to her?
She came to me. She's Northwest bound. I don't want to bait out what area in Northwest. It only charged me £5 for her to get to me.
Okay.
Hands and feet, £40. So altogether £45. I don't know the prices for you girls be paying.
No, but then remember, I get acrylics and stuff like that. So you just got what, a pedicure and a manicure?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
If you do any sports, anything, all that good stuff, shout out to them. Oh yeah, I got some Women Day shout out to do as well. Sorry, I got time. This shout out bit's long. I want to shout out BR Kicks. They're a page on Instagram that just specializes in trainers. They done their own spin on Women's Day, which they were interviewing women and all of that I actually tuned into. It was a random late night live, but shout out to them. I want to shout out Kick It with Didi. She's literally a calm, amazing girl that's in the trainer community in America, in New York, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting fact, she actually how did she learn about trainers? She learned she's I think she's dyslexic, or she's got studying difficulties, but she memorized every kicks year they came out and everything. And then I forgot what she done, but yeah, it helped her from getting bullied, and that's how she started collecting trainers. And I want to say shout out to all the women's this month, and
big us up.
Yeah,
we go through a lot and we don't get commended for it. So do you know what? Big up the females that are doing their thing. Big up us.
Your feet are swinging on the chair right now.
Shut up, man.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. As I said, it's Women Month. I've got 3 episodes coming with 3 different females, 3 different walks of life, and yeah, I just want to thank you lot for tuning in.
Go follow Prime Podcast and all them things there, you know.